The weather and climate affect all of us every time we step outside. While the weather can be beautiful, occasionally it can cause real harm. From heat waves to hailstorms, tornadoes to tropical cyclones, extreme weather can damage infrastructure and our environment. As climate change continues to warm our planet, it is ever more important that we can understand and predict Earth's weather and climate. When you study climate and weather at the University of Melbourne, you'll learn about the physical science of climate change.
I chose the weather and climate major because I wanted to help make a difference with climate change. And I thought the weather and climate major was a great way of doing this, as well as combining my passions for maths and science.
So I started off university wanting to be a physics major, but after taking a couple of earth science electives, I wanted to switch into climate and weather so that I could use those maths and physics skills that I had learnt in a practical way that would be able to help others.
I chose the climate and weather major because in high school I was always very interested in meteorology, but I never really got any answers from taking any of those classes, and I was always just fascinated that meteorologists were able to forecast like future conditions, and I was always really interested in learning how to forecast the weather.
I chose to do the climate and weather major just because I was so interested in trying to understand the science behind the world around us. And since doing so, I've become increasingly passionate about how that understanding can help to support our communities into the future.
My favourite subject was one I took in my final year, which is called Atmospheric Processes and Composition. It was one of the first chances I had to do some data analysis from real world examples.
My favourite subject is back to year one, and that is Wonders of Weather. One of the group project there is to figure out how inaccurate the forecast is, and we did it on Mount Buller. Turns out it's not that accurate. It was a really good lesson for us to learn how the reality and the theory is different.
My favourite subject was a subject called Dynamical Meteorology and Oceanography, and it allowed me to combine theory from areas such as maths and physics in processes that you could physically observe, which I found really interesting.
My favourite subject was in year 2, Weather and Climate Systems. At that point I wasn't entirely sure which direction I wanted to go in, but it was such an engaging subject, and the highlight was definitely the field trip we went on, where we got to go out to the Burnley campus and observe the weather using a whole range of different instruments, and it was really great to see the scientific process, I guess, from all the way from observations through data collection and analysis to information.
As a student, I found that I can get to have a lot of instant feedback from my lecturer and tutor, so that also helped me to study in a smaller school. And at the same time that it also helped my classmates to study as well. We get to have lots of group works together, we get to know each other because the whole school is not that big, but because of that, we can work through lots of problems together and go through different classes in different semester rather than getting lost in lots of people in another school. That's really awesome.
I really enjoyed the fact that people that I met in first year, when I didn't really have that many friends, I didn't really know that many people, I've still stayed in touch, and we've taken the same subjects from first year to third year. And it doesn't really matter what group that you put in, because everyone's so friendly and everyone gets along, that it's really nice to see.
In my third year, the pandemic struck, and I've really appreciated being able to connect with pretty much our whole cohort through different subjects online. We've had groups on Facebook, and we've been able to share tips and notes on the lectures together, and been able to maintain a sense of community even though we're all at home in different places.
There is huge demand for people who understand weather and climate science. Our graduates work as meteorologists and on renewable energy technologies. environmental consulting in the public service, and weather-sensitive fields such as aviation and insurance. We will equip you with the skills you need to address the world's biggest challenges. Our graduates grapple with the biggest questions climate change poses for our future.
So I found the career options after finishing my earth science degree is quite overwhelming because there's so many different places you can take your degree. There's different places like the Bureau of Meteorology. Then you can go into other like wind related and solar power related fields. They all need people from weather and climate who've done weather and climate degrees. And then there's also, you've got statistics skills and math skills, and that can just take you anywhere as well. So I feel like there's just so many different options of where the course can take you. And personally, I'm not really sure if I want to continue down the academic path, the path of academia, or if I want to go out into the private sector and see what happens out there.
So join us to study climate and weather at the University of Melbourne. Climate change is the biggest threat to humankind and our environment in our lifetimes. Study with us and be part of the solution for a sustainable future.